we're the Jiving Lindy Hoppers. We perform many times here. Theatre Royal Stratford East as part of the Variety Night Show.
So we're an authentic jazz dance company.
With the original crew.
From
way back when.
So
we don't look.
So
I mean, you really don't.
so we dance here, and it was really, I think, part of our education and everything that everyone spoke about in terms of like learning their craft and just learning from each other and it being a family. It's one of the like performances that they'd be like, can I do that? We're doing Stratford. Can I do things? Can I do?
And it's a sense of community, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
And it's more of a pleasure than work.
Yeah.
Kind of,
and it was just bringing in. Being exposed to lots and lots of different things, and then feeding off of that, and know that you were also feeding them, which it was just absolutely joyous. and it's just lovely. The sort of dynamic of lots of things coming together that wouldn't ordinarily come together, and we had. The honour and the privilege of having that. And I think that's just amazing. And it would be such a sad thing to lose.
I also think it's because there were so many different acts.
Yeah.
From comedians, musicians, actors, obviously us dancers. I think that really made it for us as well, having to actually just mix with so many different specialities.
Camaraderie, yeah. It was just
amazing.
That wanting to connect with everybody.
And I think it's also, so I was just going to say, also that because we were working, and it felt like constantly, it was just a moment for us to, even though we were working and performing, we could actually relax and see what was out there and actually enjoy, a moment of celebrating and appreciating.
And it was lovely,
artists.
the fact that the lights would be up so you could see
the audience.
the people, and then you could connect with them, and it was instantaneous, which is so lovely. And it wasn't just only in the auditorium, but it was also the people on the stage as well, and everyone wanted everyone to do well.
Supporting each other is brilliant. And as we said about a family, some of the people
family.
Tonight, family.
Yes,
exactly.
Family.
Some of the people tonight we've not seen for maybe 20 years, and it's just like yesterday. It's fantastic. It's just really great.
It was great.
It's fantastic.
That connection came back straight away as soon as you saw someone. Oh wow, hi, and then you just.
It was just like yesterday.
Never ended. Felt like it never ended. So.
It is unique, but it also had something similar. We were privileged that we did the Apollo in Harlem, in New York. And it actually has that kind of vibe to it, where it's really deep-rooted in the community. And if you're good, they'll let you know.
But we never got booed. So.
Yes, thank you.
We survived. We walked off of the stage.
And it's really... It's instant and it's real, and if they like you, they like you, and they're critical in a good way that you need when you're a performer on stage.
Yeah.
And I
suppose you're wondering whose mad idea it was to do it. Well, I'm the oldest member here, and it wasn't my idea. It was Philip Hedley's idea. He headhunted. Well, he's found us in the Edinburgh Festival. And he said, well, what do you think about doing this? And we said, well, really? Awesome. And he said it'd be a great way for you to get all the skills, because he obviously, he's obviously a trained artist, isn't he? You know what I mean? So he realised that there's all this other stuff, not just dancing, not just before. There's all this mixing with all the other artists as well. And he said it'd be a great idea to bring some new recruits along. So we always had, experienced people like Caroline, the older one.
Careful.
And then we had the youngsters like myself and Jay. And we brought along, new people along with old people, and it worked really well, which is why this is what you're hearing now. We really wanted to do it, and it was like, is it my turn to do it? Is it? And it was it's a pleasure to do.
But also with Philip as well. With we sort of looked at ourselves Jiving Lindy hoppers as dancing historians, and Terry Monaghan, who co-founded the company with Warren. It was very much about learning, not just the dance, not just the steps, but learning about the people who did the dance, where they did the dance, the history, the social context, about the art form, about politically what was happening at the time. So we were always sort of immersed in all of that. And so Terry and Philip very much the same kind of activism in a way, just like this is more, we were never as a company fitting into, we went ballet, we went contemporary, we went jazz. So we were, classed as being commercial.
There was dances of the people who were doing dances that were relevant to them at the time.
So we were a relatable dance company, so we could go into any school, any community centre, any shopping centre, and we would dance our craft and we'd be able to relate it to those people, whoever those people are, and what they were doing. And that's it. It just made it really accessible, and I think that's what kept it really joyous for us, because we could and we did travel everywhere and anywhere, and shared, the story of the authentic jazz dance and what we did with everyone, whoever we met.
Yes, the artistry of what we did came from lots of practice, but we were still joyous.
Yeah.
As a consequence of that. And
Most of the time.
And it's quite liberating, isn't it? When you're so deeply ingrained in your art form that it just becomes joyous, and you're able to express yourself freely, which I think Philip Hedley was also about, and that's where the risk is, because you have to take those leaps of faith, and we literally, physically, metaphorically would do that. And sometimes, it was hard, and having people like Philip believing in us actually meant that, well...
I think they just wanted to fill a space.
Of course he would say that.
For the gap in the programme. Stick the Lindy hoppers on.
Yeah.
Oh, we were regulars. We were
regulars.
every month.
I know, yeah.
But it's also,
Sunday of the month.
you saw us this evening where we're in a tiny little space, and it's all about, the reality of is adapting to what you've got and dealing with that and making it the best you possibly can. And I think that's where we as a company in the art form is making the best, because sometimes dance as an art form, it's about expressing yourself when things may not be going quite the way you want it to do. And it's sort of like drawing people in, not only yourself as the artist, but also the audience that you are playing to.
But the particular dance form as well, the Lindy Hop, the authentic jazz, was referred to as a burst of freedom. And for us, that's exactly what it was. And this was a space. Still is. Yeah, still is. And, to come together after not having performed for 20 years together, and it's suddenly, I think Jay was saying your rehearsal. Come on, Jay.
The music came on, just remembered the routine completely. Just think I don't remember it at all.
Well, it wasn't any worse than you used to do.
No, that is. In fact, I think I've got better.
And actually, what Jay is talking about. We also had the privilege to be taught by people who initiated this back in the 20s and 30s, and it's kind of like it's like a fine wine. It gets better. Your life experiences also help show your craft.
I'm enjoying this.
How we are now. This is not. This is who we. This is who we are. But it's an art form that we do that actually your life experience, your age, does not stop you getting better.
Careful.
Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that gorgeous?
It's glorious.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
You know, and it's kind of like,
It's live.
and it's just lovely because it's a social equalizer, which I think Philip again was about. It was about that opportunity to give people what they needed. Yeah.
It's really special to be back.
So
Yeah.
Really
exciting.
special. Just the atmosphere.
Are we getting paid or what?
Were you?
I'm
I'm
sorry.
joking.
Sorry, Jay is just one of these people. We could be in the most prestigious
No, we always
gig
take,
anywhere.
no, we
and
take
Jay
it
will
twice.
always.
No, Karen,
Yeah.
we always take Jay twice. The second time to apologise.
Yeah, take a time to apologise. He will always.
But that's the whole
No,
point.
but
But that is literally the whole point.
Yeah.
We are individuals.
Yeah.
I'm not a number. But seriously though, we're very serious about our art form and rhythm.
No, we are.
But coming, it brings it down to earth when people, everyone respects you, but it's not that serious. It's like it was a friendly audience today, which is why we weren't booed.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
But is it always here? Is it? Do you feel like? I feel like.
What, do you get food elsewhere?
Is that the question?
why do you think we
Hopefully we've not had that experience.
Depends how much you pay the audience.
It's a bastion of non-booing.
Not even at the Apollo Harlem were we booed, I have to say.
Well,
It did feel there was a real excitement about having you guys back.
It was good.
it was fun.
And that was very, I feel very humble about that because it's just like, well, we're just doing what we love. And it was lovely, the warmth and the, oh my goodness, it's them. How, and that was it humbling that we've been remembered.
Can I just ask whose idea was it to go and get Jay?
Yeah.